What a wonderful day for Team Tank. The Vancouver Canucks have lost yet again in regulation, but I think this game deserves a lot more praise than just, oh, they lost. Because what a game that was, the Vancouver Canucks showing off some of the same gusto, firepower, intensity, heart, and passion as they did against the Capitals. The Vancouver Canucks have dropped a 5-4 decision in regulation at home against the New Jersey Devils. Once upon a time, we would call these games the Hughes Bowl, the Pewsapalooza, if you may. Because, of course, three Hugheses facing off against each other, there was always going to be some camaraderie there. But unfortunately, Luke Hughes injured for the New Jersey Devils. Quinn Hughes traded from the Vancouver Canucks. There was only one Hughes playing. It was Jack Hughes. I think we can accordingly relabel these Vancouver and New Jersey games from the Hughes Bowl to the 2017 Draft Bowl. Because between Nico Hischier, Elias Pettersson, and Cody Glass, we saw some pretty significant impact out of all these guys taken from 2017. Starting out with Cody Glass, who got 2 goals and an assist for 3 total points, first star of the game. Nico Hischier scored a power play goal and added an assist on top of that. And Elias Pettersson, while it's true he did get himself a point on the Zeev Buium goal, I think we can start to have a new nickname for Elias Pettersson. That is emergency backup goaltender Elias Pettersson. Who needs Thatcher Demko when you have Elias Pettersson? Who needs Kevin Lankinen when Elias Pettersson is coming into the crease, going on the butterfly, and literally blocking pucks with his pads? If he had pads. He just has normal shin guards, and he was able to stop the puck there. What in the world is this? Elias Pettersson, you talk about two-way efficiency, defensive responsibility. What's the ultimate defensive task that you can do aside blocking a puck on the empty net, looking like a goalie? EP40, your true calling is in net. $11.6 million for a guy who can play center and in net is like Shohei Ohtani right here. There's a lot to like out of Elias Pettersson, lots to like out of Cody Glass, lots to like out of Hischier, and of course the fact that Vancouver lost. But even though they did lose, the biggest part is, hey, firstly, they lost in regulation, and secondly, they didn't give up. The Devils had a 3-0 lead at the start of the second period, and Vancouver was able to rally back, scoring 3 goals towards the end of the period and then adding another one late. Brock Boeser getting the score within 1. Yes, it's true, there were some defensive lapses and New Jersey was able to come back, but ultimately, the fight that you saw out of guys like Linus Karlsson, Brock Boeser, Teddy Blueger shorthanded, this is what you want to see. This is a team that did not quit. And yes, you can tell there was obviously a game plan here, and that game plan was put pucks on goal on Markstrom because this guy is giving up rebounds. You talk about the Islanders game where he ended up giving 9 goals straight to them, getting left in the net for the entire hockey contest. Yeah, okay, there's a reason why Jacob Markstrom is struggling, and rebound control is one of the biggest on that list. He had a bunch of stinkers, and that is obviously not ideal for Jacob Markstrom trying to get his team back into the fight and continuing their winning streak. But ultimately, first goal of the game scored by Vancouver after Lenni Hameenaho made it 1-0, Nico Hischier made it 2-0, Cody Glass made it 3-0. First goal scored by Vancouver, halfway mark of the second period. Nils Höglander throws a puck towards the front of the goal. It deflects off of Markstrom's glove and right out in front. Marky had an opportunity to just catch the puck, but he didn't. He knocked it down with his glove, and the rebound was right in front there for Linus Karlsson. Karlsson from Höglander and Marcus Pettersson, so an all-Swedish goal over there. Next goal of the game scored by Vancouver again. It's Teddy Blueger in his second game back, short-handed for crying out loud. Quick transition at the Canucks blue line. Vancouver picks it off. It is a 2-on-1 rush with O'Connor and Blueger. 3-on-1 if you include Myers back there. Blueger gets the pass. He drags it. He shoots it. He beats Markey far side. Welcome back to the NHL, Teddy Blueger. He brings the game within 1. Now, it's true, Connor Brown ended up scoring to increase the Devils' lead 4-2, but Zeev Buium, just 3 minutes after that, ends up getting his 5th on the season, assisted by Elias Pettersson, who wins the draw back to Buium, who then makes a nice little inside-outside, quick little dangle into the middle there. He takes a shot, it's blocked, and he picks up the rebound, pounces on it, and then fires it by Markstrom. It's a really good goal scorer's kind of goal. And that was Vancouver's 13th shot of the game. Yeah, Jacob Markstrom hasn't been having himself a good time lately. But Zeev Buium, the dynamism on display, the activation skill, the wherewithal to firstly make the move around the forward, secondly to charge in, thirdly to shoot, and then fourthly to get the rebound and shoot again. This guy saw his total path to the net clear, despite the fact that there were Devils all over the place, and he ends up bringing the Canucks within 1 and scoring a beautiful goal in the process, assisted by Petey. In the third, you saw Cody Glass then make it 5-3. That's the same Cody Glass that some Canucks fans wanted to see get taken by Vancouver 5th overall instead of Elias Pettersson back in 2017. Yeah, that was the big conversation, wasn't it? Glass or Velarde or Mittelstadt. Nobody really had Elias Pettersson on their draft board in that spot. But Cody Glass having himself some sort of a revival season in New Jersey makes it 5-3. Brock Boeser, with the goalie pulled, ends up making it 5-4 with 1 minute and 12 seconds to go. Vancouver with some stellar defensive plays with the empty net to keep harm out, and Vancouver inevitably gets themselves the rebound touch goal in front, courtesy of Brock Boeser. Linus Karlsson with the initial tip, Tom Wielander with the shot towards the goal. Brock is finally starting to score goals again. That's his 12th on the season. He's been getting them in bunches, and he brings the game within 1 towards the end of the third period. Vancouver is able to hang on with some stellar defensive plays out of guys like Marcus Pettersson, hard back checks, Elias Pettersson, Linus Karlsson with a fancy little toe drag in front of his goal, getting hounded by Nico Hischier with the net empty, but he's still able to compose himself and keep the play alive. Vancouver was trying hard to get that game-tying goal, but I think even though they lost, a lot of Canucks fans can be very satisfied with what we had seen today. The Vancouver Canucks are widening their gap on last place in the National Hockey League, with teams like St. Louis, Calgary, and Winnipeg above them by a decent amount here. A win would have been nice, but of course, I think a lot of Canucks fans can say that losses are preferred, but these are the kinds of losses that are perfect. Losses where the team actually plays well. And you can say that, yeah, there are defensive lapses. You can say that Kevin Lankinen, whatever. You could say the power play. You could say New Jersey hasn't really been scoring too many goals this season, but they still potted 5. That's not ideal for Vancouver, but the fact is Vancouver tried, and they looked solid towards the end. The loss is obviously preferred, but the effort is also preferred, more than anything. So with that in mind, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.